Hey, this is Dave from Stuff Outdoor Dads Like, coming back to you with another review. This time, the Thule Motion XT XXL roof box. So let's talk about this thing. In 2017, had our first kid, and as soon as we did that, we realized we're going to need a place to store all this stuff. As you can tell, I'm a wagon aficionado, which means there's somewhat limited storage space in the back, although more than you might think for sure. So we purchased this thing. Now, if you've looked at roof box prices, they are exorbitant. So the first thing I would recommend doing is trying to time this purchase to wait for an REI sale. So this was purchased in the fall, and we went down sort of their Black Friday get outside sale, or save up to get out, or whatever they call it. So we got a 20% off coupon for Thule and then used it for this guy. Did the same thing for the bike rack and the spring to try to cut down on that price. So original retail cost for this was $800 when we purchased it. It looks like it's $900 when I just looked at their website, but 20% off that brings it down to $620 or something like that, what I paid. This is the Titan Glossy finish that we have here. And I'm using on an existing Yakima crossbars that are from like 2005. My wife has sort of the standard factory bars that came with her Volkswagen. Actually, they're also a Yakima product that sounds like they had bought out another company, but it's sort of that slimmer in height, fatter in width crossbar. And so it works on both, and it works very well. I would say the one thing to know is that there's like these teeth here, and I'll get you sort of some close-up shots, but on my round crossbars, being about the smallest crossbars that are utilized now, most of the bars are going to that sort of fatter, slimmer design. It does loosen up over time, so it's important every once in a while to go in and re-tighten up the locks, and I'll show you what those look like. This thing's been through a fair amount of abuse. I backed it into a garage at an Airbnb that we were renting. I don't think I damaged the garage, but in case you're looking at the review, yeah, I definitely didn't damage the garage at all. It did bang up the box a little bit, but just some simple duct tape kind of fixed that problem, and it still works just fine. And since this is a Titan Glossy, it's pretty much duct tape color, which worked out well. So let me sort of walk through some of the features with you. I'll sort of talk about them in general here, and then we can go and look at them sort of with some more close-ups as I try to mismatch this. This will be the first video with some actual editing. Wow, crazy. We'll see if it actually gets published. Who knows? So one of the first things is this box opens up from both sides. Some of the less expensive boxes, I think, which all work fine, and really a lot of it's just sort of the fit and finish. I think this box is sort of a nicer look, and I like to compliment my beautiful ride here. So I think this has a little bit more polished look than some of the cheaper boxes, but it also opens up on both sides. So you can access things from the driver or passenger side. It also has a lock here, and the nice thing about the lock is it won't let you close the roof box without having the key sort of in the appropriate position, and you can see where it is, okay? I think there's tons of storage space. This is the XXL. We can get on a measuring tape and we'll see how long and wide it is, but it can fit. My longest ski is a 182, and it fits that with plenty of room to spare. I can put everybody's skis in here, everybody's poles, and then a bunch of bags right on top of that. So it really has a lot of space. One of the things that we were looking at was we had a Bob jogging stroller, and we wanted to make sure that we could put the Bob in here without having to take the wheels off, and it accommodated that. So originally I was thinking about getting one of the really slimline boxes because those do look pretty slick, but that would have limited the application just to skis. And at this point we've used it for basically any big trip we go away for. We can load everything in there. We're going to the beach, we can put surfboards up there, we can put body boards. We have a digger that the kids like to use at the beach. So all that stuff can go up there. It keeps all the sand and dirt out of the car, which is great. In the winter, we can put ski bags up there on top of the skis, and it works well for that too. Okay, let's get into some close-ups and sort of take a look at what's on the inside. Here are teeth down here on our crossbar. And then when we come up in, you have these 4 wheels right here, okay? So righty-tighty, lefty-loosey on all 4. All right, now let's try to close this puppy and see how easy it is to close and open, okay? So here it is in the open position. You can note the red here that says that this box is not locked, okay? So if I come up and grab the handle, bring it down. So one thing is there's a leash in here. If you're not as tall, you can grab the leash. And the other thing is sometimes there's like in here, a hook. And it's easy to get that on the wrong side of the plastic. But when you bring it down, this is sort of where it's sitting, right? So it's not quite in. So then now it's about to go in, and I just put my hand on the roof, push it down. You heard that nice satisfying click, and then no more red there. And then I can't get the key out in this position. I have to turn it, which then locks it to take the key out. One note is I have broken this key in there. So get spares. You can get them online ahead of time. The other thing is this key is not the same kind of key that works for my bike rack. And I think you can get the one without the plastic handle, but I don't know. Maybe you can get all this stuff keyed together. I'm sure you can. I haven't done it yet, but it's annoying to have this and then my bike rack have different keys. So there it goes to go in again. So you have to turn the key to the unlock position, and then I might block your view with my hand here, but so you're gonna squeeze it and then pop it open. I have to do it with my left hand, which just kind of obstructs your view. So let's try it from here. Kind of reach in, squeeze, and it pops open. And then just locks down. See, not all the way locked, so I need to pull it down more. Often it's just easier to pop it up. And then now the red's gone. So a quick note on securing this. As you might know from one of my other videos, with the store your board ceiling hoist for this roof box, I take this on and off quite a bit. And so when you put it back on and off, one thing that you're going to notice is trying to line it up square so it doesn't look silly. So if you look at this, I'm going to try to zoom in here, you can see where my rear view mirror is in these two little pins. This is pretty helpful when you're trying to do it and still leaving it open. There are also two pins there on the top, which now line up when the box is down. So that's how I line it up in the front, and I'll show you the back. In the back, I can line it up with this satellite antenna, and there are two pins there, so that can be square. One other thing is to open up your trunk and make sure, if you have a trunk, that it doesn't rub on the box. Okay, so I'm going to show you what that looks like. So you can see in this position that the box is not rubbing on the trunk, even with my trunk spoiler here. So that's key. My wife's car actually has the paint came off of this part where it hit the box. So just be careful of that. All right, so when it comes to dimensions here, this thing is 7 feet, 7.5 inches long. It's 37.5 inches wide and 18 inches high. It's 55 pounds, holds 5 to 7 pairs of skis, 5 to 7 pairs of skis, and 3 to 5 snowboards. I honestly think you could fit more skis and snowboards in that, as long as some of them are shorter. As you can see, this sort of slopes at the front. The weight is pretty manageable to get on and off the box by yourself. You kind of have it on your head or on your shoulders as you're kind of moving it around, but two people definitely make the job easier. So I'm a huge fan of this roof box. I would absolutely buy it again. And there are definitely products out there from other competitors like Yakima. So I think I kind of talked about some of the features of this roof box that I really like. So I think I'd look for similar things from other products. One, this key that you can't take out unless it's locked, really helpful, and it shows you if it's not completely locked all the way. I feel like the fit and finish of this box in terms of the quality, but also the look, is really good. It is pricey, but I think it'll continue to hold up. It's now 6 years in and doesn't show any signs of wear or tear, and makes trips to the ski mountain much easier with the family, and keeps the stuff that's wet kind of out of the way, but also keeps it protected from the elements. So Dave from Stuff Outdoor Dads Like, coming at you with another video. Let me know what you think in the comments.